400 games and we still haven't actually been sacked. Hello and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here on Football Manager 20 with Liverpool. And yes, 400 games in management so far is, I think, pretty good. We want 1,000 though. We want to get to 1,000. Now then, regarding this season with Liverpool, well, I think our title challenge is kind of faltered a little bit. Not really massively because we've been playing badly, just because Manchester City are just completely unrelenting. We've got the Champions League today though to turn our attention to. Bayern Munich, the former club of Marko Vujovic, our record signing, and well, it's going to be difficult. But we'll see what we can do. So results since last time, some good ones and one less good one or two. 1 win against Bournemouth in the league, Dembele, and then Roberto Firmino scoring late on to give us the win. We then won the FA Cup replay against Chelsea in extra time, Jamal Lewis getting a goal in the 112th minute. I like the fact it didn't go to penalties, that's very good. We will be playing Reading in the 5th round, which you have to say is relatively winnable. And then a 0-0 draw with Fulham, which is kind of, well, yeah, it's kind of stopped our title challenge. I think the gap now is 5 points. We'll see in a second. It's not looking particularly good, but a 4-0 win against Barnsley was definitely good. Salah, Dembele, Van Dijk and Son Heung-min getting the goals in a comprehensive victory, although again, very slow start, didn't score any goals in the first half. And what that means for the Premier League, quite simply, is that yes, Man City are 5 points clear because they keep on winning when we drop points. Every time they drop points, it feels like we failed to capitalise. We could have overtaken them quite a few times, and we've only really done it once. 5 points clear with Chelsea, 10 points clear with Manchester United, and, well, lots of points clear with Newcastle in 5th. Arsenal having a shocking season. Spurs having an even worse season, down in 10th. So Champions League is absolutely fine. We don't have to worry about that, I don't think. But yeah, league title is going to take quite a lot of Man City drop points. So it might be that the Cups are our best chance of success this season. Champions League up first. Of course, we're still in the FA Cup as well, and we've got a reasonable tie for the next round, but can we get past Bayern Munich here in the first leg of the first knockout round? It's at the Allianz Arena, so any goal will be good. Moussa Dembele, bruised ankle, not ideal, which is he's in good form, so obviously he's got himself injured. So we definitely want to grab some away goals in this one, and hopefully going to go back to Anfield with an advantage. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Obviously, we've played Bayern Munich twice with Borussia Monchengladbach. We're undefeated from those ones, so personally we're undefeated, but it's entirely different in the Champions League, I think. And especially as they are, of course, managed by Jurgen Klopp, former Liverpool boss. We've, of course, got Marko Vujovic on the right-hand side, their former player. Now, Dembele, he's out for 2 days, apparently, with... It's only a bruised ankle. He can play. He'll be absolutely fine. We've got Roberto Firmino on the bench if need be. So, Alisson is going to be in goal for this one. Lewis, Faucher, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold still the defence. De Jong, Bentancur and Lucas Paqueta in the middle of the park. Salah still on the left. Vujovic on the right and then Dembele up front. Let's go into this one, see if we can grab ourselves a couple of goals. I mean, even if we lose it, it's less important, I think, than getting away goals. I mean, obviously we don't want to lose 4-1, that would be bad. Right, then, Bayern Munich, they've got even more regens than they did last season, including Ricardo Reckers, who is one I've had my eye on for a while, a Dutchman who was formerly at Ajax. He's good. So it's not going to be easy by any means whatsoever, but I'm going to say the least I expect is to achieve a result which gives us a good second leg. That didn't sound particularly motivating, and it wasn't, but I can't take it back now. First highlight is us coming forwards. Dembele, he's got that bit of a bruise, but it doesn't seem to be troubling him too much. Just going inside the box. It's been cleared by Maya all the way to Van Dijk. But we can potentially attack on the other side, or we could. But here's Ricardo Reckers looking to wreck our chances. He hits the post. He's just got such a great name for making puns, really. That's the main reason I like him, not just the fact that he looks quite good attributes-wise. It seems pretty even so far, but it's Bayern coming forwards again. Everton, obviously not popular here on Merseyside. Trying to drive forwards, but we're not in Merseyside. We're in Bavaria for this one, but here is in where we're normally from. Anyway, De Jong going down the right hand side, which could leave a bit of space, but he's found Bentancur, whose pass is questionable, but Van Dijk manages to deal with it, showing his experience. We're working it through, and Vujovic fluffs his lines against his former club. Come on, it's It's scripted, Marco. You have to score against your former club because they always score against us. Corner from Mo Salah in. Vujovic again heading over. Is he sad that he's playing against his old club because he's not doing what he's meant to do? And Everton, oh well, that's going to go down well, isn't it? That is going to go down brilliantly. Simple throw-in routine from Bayern Munich. Arnavs, where he's tackled and it's gone to Everton, and it's a good finish. It's a good finish, but I mean, we beat Everton in the league, home and away, and now we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League by a man called Everton. I reckon that's going to be even less popular. Anyway, chance to respond immediately, although Paqueta gives the ball straight back under no pressure whatsoever. That was fun. Everton again on the ball. He's gonna get a hat trick today, and he finds Ricardo Reckers, Rasmussen, Arnavs, and then Perez shoots just wide. We had a pretty good start, but it's safe to say we have not had a good conclusion to the first half. They are dominant here. We're gonna go to the counter, I think. Mohamed Salah's in. He's in. He goes to the strike, and Nubel makes an excellent save to tip it wide. Salah takes the resultant corner. It's bouncing all over the place. De Jong with a fierce shot, and it's saved again. At half time, we seem to have come back into the game a little bit more, but it is disappointing. We could have done better. We've not had. It's not like we've not had chances, and Neubel's played very well in the Bayern goal. Quite a few poor games out there. Bentancur, for example, will take off for Salvador. Vujovic, he's anxious against his old club, will bring on Son. Not the return he wanted. Bayern Munich with a corner in. It's bouncing all over the place, and Myers put it in, although I think it's going to be ruled offside because it hit Reckers, who was clearly offside. So, okay, we haven't got an away goal, but I think 1-0 is not bad, I guess. Not bad, maybe. We'll take it. I think, yeah, I'm going to go back to balance just for the last few minutes, see if it makes even the slightest difference. It won't, and we've lost 1-0. But I think that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Obviously, it's not ideal, and I would have liked an away goal, but a 1-0 defeat in the away leg, I can take that because at home, we're usually a lot stronger. Hopefully, anyway, that would be good. Right, Spurs in a few days' time. Right then, Man City are playing Barnsley, so I don't think we can expect any massive favours from them particularly. Incidentally, we didn't mention it, but I think it was City did drop points. Of course, they drew with Fulham, they drew with Huddersfield as well, which I mean, this is better than we did, I suppose. Draw with Watford and then a defeat to Leeds in recent times, but yeah, they're looking imperious really. So in some ways, this almost takes on a sort of less of an importance, I guess, but we'll still go pretty much full strength for this one. Roberto Firmino is going to come in for Moussa Dembele, who's obviously lacking a little bit of fitness, but hopefully still enough to get the job done. We have to keep the chase on because otherwise no one else will. It'll be like Liverpool in real life, at least until the league got shut down and they maybe didn't win the league because of the old virus. I don't know what's going to happen by the time this goes up. That's a cheery thought. Right, it's Spurs. They've got Angel Gomez up front, who they've signed from Manchester United, which is interesting. Dele Alli on the left. Verdú in here. Jesus Verdú. He's a player I've been looking at, actually. If he didn't play for Spurs, I probably would have signed him. But he plays for Spurs, so he'll be quite expensive, really. Defence is quite good. I mean, they've got a good team, Spurs. I don't know why they're having such a poor season, but having a poor season, they are. So we need to try and win this. Our away form is questionable at best, so maybe we should use the other system. Maybe we should have a different system for away games. I don't know. I'm just going to stick with this. It works more often than not. Right, first highlight in an action-packed game so far, and it's us coming forwards. Jamal Lewis on the left-hand side, beats his man, wriggles away from him, still going, lays it off to Mohamed Salah, go to the shot, and it's wide. What has been happening for the first 30 minutes of the game that is the first highlight that's described as key? It must have been dull as ditch water. De Jong clears from Kenny Tete cross, and Spurs are not out of this. Spurs are, I mean, of course they're not out of it, it's 0-0, but Spurs are coming forwards with purpose here. I don't know why. They're having a dreadful season, as we've seen, down in 10th before this potential point is taken into account. I don't know why they're being so bad. Another highlight before half-time from us. What a boring first half this must have been for the fans. If there even are fans allowed at football games at this time, who knows. De Jong, wriggling away, finds Bentancur. Paqueta, back to Bentancur. There's loads of space on the right-hand side for Vujovic, and his effort is very weak. It's safe to say it hasn't been a classic so far, says the text commentary, and I simply can only agree with that. Dreadful performance from both teams. Go out there and do something. Now I think we could make the switch to the other system. I'm going to try it just to see what happens. We'll try it for 10 minutes, see if it makes any sort of difference at all. Probably they'll end up scoring. Jamal Lewis working it around nicely to Mohamed Salah, who's been a little bit penned back. It's a dodgy pass from Salah. Again, we get away with it for now. And this is the difference between the systems. A lot more slow, ponderous build-up compared to our usual quick-paced stuff. And that's probably a bad idea because Spurs are breaking Dele Alli's there. And Alisson is forced to make a save. And the highlight's still not over. It is now. Let's just go back to what we're good at. I like it when we're quick. That's more enjoyable to watch. Right, two of the front three having shocking games. Salah's going to come off for Son, and then Dembele can come on for Firmino, and Paqueta as well. We'll take him off for Salvador. 3 changes, probably costly. I mean, if we don't win this game, then potentially Man City will be able to go 7 points clear, which would be game over as far as I'm concerned. I mean, just demand a little bit more. Nothing is happening. We've got a free kick. Alexander-Arnold. It's just about cleared. And, well, there you go. Spurs breaking. Verdou's in. He's oh my goodness me. What was that? He hit the post. It rolled along the goal line, and Virgil van Dijk managed to clear it. How on earth we didn't score, I have no idea. They've got a player called Adam Cockbill as well. It's fantastic. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0. How we didn't lose that, I don't know. Very disappointing. I'm not going to make you come into training because we've got Reading in a few days' time in the Cup. But, well, that was a shocking final highlight. But we managed to hold on for a point, I guess. But I expect we will be going 7 points behind Manchester City very shortly as they play Barnsley. I mean, that was pretty inevitable, really, wasn't it? That was pretty inevitable indeed. So, league table-wise, here's the situation. Manchester City on 70 points. We're on 63. 10 games to go. It's not over, but it's probably over. Just lacking that little bit of cutting edge, that little bit of sloppiness in our play. But there we are then. We will see what the situation is like next time. I'm only expecting that gap to get bigger. We've got Reading in the FA Cup, which, as we've said, should be winnable, but it's away from home at the Madejski, so we'll probably get knocked out. But anyway, we'll be back next time. Not very many games to go, but we'll be back next time with the second leg against Bayern Munich. Can we overturn the first leg deficit? We'll play Wolves as well because away games are obviously just cursed. But that is going to be the end of the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss the next one. The season is coming to a close. Will we end up with a trophy or will we end up with nothing? Thank you very much for watching and I will see you next time.